webinar in your language. Here is an example, Chinese. You see here, you can do evergreen webinar in different languages, and it's only a language file that's between you and your language. So we have Chinese here, we made everything translatable, and also the example text is translated. So it's a quick start for you. We have shortcodes for your designed landing pages. You can add them. And here, that's a evergreen shortcode. That's wonderful. And all you can have here with this nice settings page. You can select date format, long and short, a weekday name, and you can have here European or English format. Everything is possible. And even you can change to any date and time format. So that makes you feel and your attendees feel more home. And yes, language is important and language is culture. All begins with creating a new webinar. For this example, we do an evergreen webinar. Choose a webinar name and a webinar title. Here we can select languages which are already available, or can get new languages easily with Loco Translate. We will translate them for you, and then you just select one language. If it's not existing, it will be downloaded. Then you can choose if you want to have Netherlands as your settings language also, or only for the webinar language, so for the emails and the example texts. So now we choose like default. Everything in the backend is English, and the webinar language will be Netherlands. So that's maybe not a good example because they have like this. If I go for Italiano, see here that's changing in the language. And you see here for the webinar evergreen, we have here geo, and we can have it also long. Have any date in combination with this, and if I say okay, one more comma, it's doing it too. The same with the time format. You can choose what you want, and it will be there. So that's the settings. Some things to it, you can change the webinar language after you set it. You have to do a new webinar, and also the webinar language for the webinar settings you can't change. So this is because we are just writing all the example texts into the fields, and also the email content into the fields, so you can alter them. Yes, and then is everything an example in Italiano. This is already over, so let's do this. So if you see, yeah, that's not looking so straight, you can only do 2 or 3 letters by ticking short. That will be changed. The output is Italian. You see. So here, now we see we have a space between. If you don't like it, remove the space. So that looks very straight. I love it very much because it's like very sorted, and some people, they are living in weekdays and not in the date. So that's important. So if we go for here, we have everything. This is also flexible. So you just register, and every page then will be still also in Italian. So that's a good start. So you change only what you want to change. Yeah, here, WebinarIgnition.com backend. And I wanted to show you that the notifications are in Chinese. And yeah, why we choose Chinese, we're not connected to Chinese, but it's completely different to English, so it's showing very good. So this is already there by default, and if you can see, also the email is in Chinese, so you can do the footer also in Chinese. It will be it's taking this from your WordPress settings, and here it's imprint and privacy, all taken from WordPress. So that's very good. And let's go here. That's a normal registration page. I showed you already this one in Italian. Here it's in Chinese. It's then more, you can see that it's strictly Chinese. Here also on a confirmation page. Then we have some shortcodes where you can add the shortcodes to your created and designed landing page. Also with all these settings we have on the registration page. So that's the same shortcode. Then we have some shortcodes for Evergreen. And yeah, that's also here. That's here in Gutenberg. So we tested Elementor, Gutenberg, Stripe. That's good. If you have any issues, then just go to the knowledge base on WebinarIgnition.com, and there's a link. And yeah, here, knowledge base, and then you see solutions for it. So we did something with Stripe Architect and Impressa theme, so some intermezzo, but it's all nice. So welcome to join Webinar Ignition. I would suggest you go for the free 30 days trial and earn as much money as you can in these 30 days. Have as much success on our bill as you want, and then just buy the ultimate. Have a good day and have a good webinar.